Welcome to English classes. This is the second part of the video on the topic formal letter writing. Before we proceed further, let's quickly revise what we have learnt in a previous video. In a previous video, we studied about types of letters, types of formal and informal letters, what are formal letter and its types, the key points to be followed while writing formal letter, and the language that we should follow in a formal letter. So let's get started in this video without getting delayed.
Let's look at the format of writing formal letters. But let me clear you one point to you all. Here I have sketch lines on the board because you use the ruled copies. But whenever you write any kind of letter, whether it's formal letter or informal letter, you should always use a plain sheet, a plain A4 sheet. You haven't to tear a page from your copy and write it anyhow and give it to your principal or teachers or to anyone. You should always prefer a plain sheet of A4 size. So let us look at the format. First of all, we will write the writer's address. So who is the writer? That is you. So you will be writing your own address in the very first line. After that, you will be leaving a line. Leave a line. Okay. Then next, you will be writing the date. Okay. Now date is followed in two formats only. That is, suppose you write 20th July, 2020, or you can write July 20, 2020. So only these two way of writing the date will be correct. If you write 27/2020, this is wrong. This is considered as wrong format. Or if you write 27/2020, this is also wrong. So you haven't to write the dates in this format, but you will be writing it in this way. Okay. Now, again after writing the date, you will be leaving a line. After that, you have to write the receiver's or the receiver's name or designation. For example, designation means when you write to your principal, you don't write the name of the principal. You write the post or the designation which he holds. For example, you write the principal, isn't it? The teacher, the manager, the editor. So we will be either writing the name or the designation followed by the address. So below it, we will be writing in the next line the address in 2 to 3 lines. After that, again we will be leaving this blank line. After that, you will be writing the subject. So the subject of the letter is very important. So remember one thing, whenever you write a subject, you have to underline it. You need to underline the entire subject. This carries marks. So never forget to underline the subject whether you write the letter in your exam or for any practical use. The next one is after that giving the salutation. So what is salutation? In the description of the informal letter, I have explained there also, salutation means your way of greeting someone, how you address someone. Okay, so usually the salutation which we use in formal letter is dear sir or dear madam, like that. Alright. And before salutation, that is after the subject, here also you have to leave a line. After the salutation, again you will be leaving a line. Leave a line and then you will be writing the body of the letter. So here is the body of the letter. So this I will be dealing in detail further in the video, that it should be in 3 paragraphs. After writing the body, again you have to leave a line. So here again you will be leaving a line. After leaving the line, here comes your subscription. Subscription. So what is subscription? It is how you end the letter. How you end your letter, that is called as subscription. You write yours thankfully, yours sincerely, yours obediently. So these all falls under subscription, and subscription is followed by a comma. And what else is followed by a comma? The salutation is also followed by the comma. Now, after you end your subscription, again you will leave a blank over here, leave a blank line, and then after subscription, here you will give your signature, full signature, followed by your complete name or address also you can mention along with it. So this was the format of formal letters which you have to follow while writing it. So let us quickly revise once more. What is the format? First we write the writer's address. So if you are writing, so whose address you will be writing? Your own address. After that you will leave a blank line, then the date, after that again a blank line, then the receiver's name or designation, followed by the address in the next line. Again you will be leaving a blank line, then the subject, after subject again a blank line, then a salutation followed by a comma, after that again a blank line, after that the body of the letter which should be written in 3 paragraphs for better clarity, and the subject matter should be explained properly in that, and then the subscription which is followed by a blank line, and after that your full signature, and below it you can mention your name and address. So these were some important points you should always keep in mind while writing a formal letter. Now let's look into some more important points related to the formal letters so that you can easily write any type of formal letter. Now when you write a salutation, so what is salutation? I said you always, it is used for greeting. Greeting the person to whom you are writing the letter. So usually what we use? Dear dear madam instead of respected sir or respected madam. The next one is the subject. So your subject should be appropriate. Means it should be short and it should be very clear and related to the topic of your letter. Try to give as short subject as possible instead of making it a very long subject, and always underline your subject. The next one is the subscription. So subscription, I said what it is. What is subscription? Yes, it is the way how you end your letter. So it is the way you end your letter, and for that we use yours, thankfully, or what we use? Yours, sincerely, yours, obediently. So these are the different common subscriptions which we use in our formal letters. The next important part of the formal letter is your body of the letter. So the body of the letter should have at least 3 paragraphs. There should be 3 paragraphs in the body of your letter. So the first paragraph, what does it tell? In the first paragraph, so what have you to write in that? You have to write about yourself and describe the purpose of writing the letter. So in the first paragraph, you have to discuss about yourself, tell about yourself, I am so and so, and also mention the purpose of writing your letter. In the next paragraph, that is in second paragraph, what you have to write? You have to write the detail of the letter. So in the second paragraph, you have to write the detail of the letter, that is about the subject of your letter or topic of your letter. What is required? So in second paragraph, you will be writing the detail of the letter, that is to your subject or to the topic of your letter. The next one is in the third, that is the last paragraph. In the last paragraph, you have to write about the conclusion or the suggestion as required by your letter. So in the third paragraph, you have to write about the conclusion or suggestion required in your letter. So what did we learn just now? We learned that the body of our letter should be divided in 3 paragraphs. And in the first paragraph, we have to write about ourselves and about the purpose of writing our letter. In the second paragraph, we have to write the detail of the letter, that is related to the subject or topic. And in the third paragraph, we should write the conclusion or suggestion as it is required according to the letter. After that, you have to put your signature, and remember that you should always give full signature. You should always give full signature in your letter, and it should be followed by your full name. The signature should be followed by the full name below it. So this was the format of the formal letter in detail, and every one of you should practice it while writing the formal letters. Now let us see an example of how to write a formal letter depending upon the guidelines what we have learned right now. Okay, so I will show you that letter through an example. So let's see it further in a video.
Here in this example, we see that we have mentioned the sender's address on the left hand margin. After that, we leave a space and we have mentioned the date. After that, again we leave the space and write the address of the addressee. Who is the addressee here? The person who is going to receive the letter. So in that we mention the receiver's designation and the address. For example, here it is the editor, below it the address, that is Times of India, New Delhi. Again we leave the space and mention the subject. The next we write the salutation by leaving the space above it, that is Dear Sir, followed by comma. Again we have left the space and written the body of the letter in 3 paragraphs as I have taught in this video. The first paragraph introduction, then the main content, and followed by the third paragraph the conclusion. After that we give the complimentary closing like thanking you followed by comma. After that again we leave the space and give the subscription like yours sincerely, truly or faithfully, and then after leaving the space we give a signature followed by the writer's name.
So today we have learnt about the format of formal letters. I want every one of you to remember these points when you write a formal letter. And always remember that you should use a plain sheet for writing any kind of letter, and your letter should be always aligned to the left margin as I have showed you right now in my video.
So keep revising your lessons and thank you for watching the video.